Last month, 72% of Americans with emergency funds had to tap into them, not for emergencies, but just to keep up with inflation. I was one of them. After 15 years as a financial advisor managing over $500 million in client assets, I never thought I'd say this, but the traditional emergency fund is dead. The same strategy that worked for decades is now leaving millions exposed to a completely new type of financial risk. And if you're still following the old 3-6 months of expenses rule, you might be making a $25,000 mistake. Here's what's really happening, and more importantly, what you need to do instead. Let's rewind to 1990. Back then, the average American had one job their entire career. Healthcare costs were predictable, and most emergencies could be handled with a few $1,000s. The 3-6 months of expenses rule made perfect sense in that world. That world doesn't exist anymore. In the 1990s, an emergency room visit averaged $150 with insurance. Today, the same visit could drain your entire emergency fund in hours. But it's not just healthcare that's changed. The entire landscape of financial emergencies has transformed. Medical bills now come with deductibles higher than most people's savings. Insurance that used to cover 80% of costs now often covers less than 60%, if you're lucky enough to have it at all. But perhaps the most dramatic shift has happened in our employment structure. Gone are the days of the 30-year career with a golden watch at retirement. Today, the average millennial will have 12 different jobs before age 40. Each job transition comes with its own financial gaps, waiting periods for insurance, relocation costs, and sometimes months between paychecks. Your grandfather's emergency fund never had to handle that kind of stress. The gig economy has added another layer of complexity. 40% of Americans now have variable income, meaning their paychecks fluctuate month to month. Traditional emergency funds were designed for stable, predictable incomes. They simply weren't built to handle the feast or famine cycles of modern work. When your income can drop by 50% in any given month, that 6-month emergency fund might only last 3 months. The math just doesn't work anymore. So what does a real emergency look like in 2024? Let me share some numbers that shocked even my most prepared clients. Last week, one of my clients faced a medical emergency. Not a major surgery, just a severe case of appendicitis. The final bill? $35,800. Even with insurance, their out-of-pocket costs hit $8,500. That's more than double what the average American has in their entire emergency fund. And remember, this wasn't some rare condition. We're talking about one of the most common surgical procedures in America. Now, let's talk about your car. 10 years ago, a major transmission repair might have set you back $2,000. In 2024, the average cost has skyrocketed to $5,800. Why? Modern vehicles are essentially computers on wheels. That fender bender that used to need just a metal replacement? Now it requires recalibrating multiple sensors, replacing microchips, and reprogramming your car's entire system. One client's minor accident turned into a $12,000 repair bill. But here's what nobody talks about: the hidden technology emergencies that didn't exist a decade ago. When your laptop dies today, you're not just replacing hardware. You're potentially losing access to your entire digital life, your work, and your income stream. Professional data recovery? That starts at $2,500. Cloud storage restoration and setup? Another $1,000. New business-grade laptop with required software licenses? $3,500 minimum. These aren't luxury expenses anymore. They're survival costs in our digital economy. Add it all up, and a single emergency often requires $15,000 to $20,000, not the $5,000 to $10,000 that traditional emergency funds were designed to cover. The gap between what we save and what we need isn't just growing, it's exploding. Here's the reality: we need to stop thinking about emergency funds as a single pool of money. Instead, I've developed what I call the layered safety net approach. After analyzing thousands of real financial emergencies, I've discovered that modern crises don't hit all at once. They cascade, and your defense needs to match that pattern. Picture your financial safety net like a modern military defense system. Your first layer, what I call the Rapid Response Fund, needs to be instantly accessible. This is your first $2,500 to $5,000, sitting in a high-yield checking account. It handles those immediate emergencies that can't wait even 24 hours, like that emergency room copay or the tow truck at midnight. Your second layer is the core defense fund. This is where most people stop, but it's just one piece of the puzzle. This layer holds 3 months of true bare minimum expenses, not your regular monthly budget, but the absolute essentials you need to survive. I'm talking rent, utilities, basic food, and critical insurance premiums. For most families, this lands between $12,000 and $20,000. The third layer is what I call the sustainability shield. This is where we get strategic. Instead of just parking more cash in a savings account, this layer combines specialized insurance policies with strategic credit lines and liquid investments. Think health savings accounts, specialized insurance riders, and even certain types of investment accounts that can be tapped without penalties. The fourth and final layer is the extended coverage network. This isn't just about money. It's about creating multiple income streams that can activate during extended emergencies. I'm talking about skill-based side hustles you can scale up quickly, passive income investments, and even strategic partnerships or consulting arrangements you can tap into. Think of it as your financial backup generator. It might not power everything, but it keeps the essential systems running when your main power goes out. This layered approach isn't just about having more money set aside. It's about having the right types of resources available at the right times. Building your layered safety net isn't just about strategy. It's about leveraging the right tools. The financial technology revolution has given us powerful new weapons in our emergency preparedness arsenal. Let me walk you through the exact tools I recommend to my highest performing clients. First up, smart emergency fund splitting platforms. Services like Ali's bucket system and SoFi's vaults allow you to segment your safety net into those critical layers we discussed, while still earning competitive interest rates. These aren't your grandfather's savings accounts. They're dynamic cash management systems that can automatically redistribute funds based on your emergency patterns. I'm particularly excited about the new wave of AI-powered emergency forecasting tools. Platforms like Monarch Money and Tiller now use machine learning to analyze your spending patterns and predict potential emergencies before they happen. One of my clients saved $12,000 last year because their system flagged unusual wear patterns in their spending data, 3 months before their HVAC system failed. But the real game changer? Hybrid financial products that blur the line between emergency funds and investments. Take the new generation of cash management accounts from companies like Wealthfront and Betterment. These tools automatically optimize your safety net by moving money between high-yield cash positions and ultra-conservative investment options, maximizing your returns without sacrificing liquidity. My most successful clients are combining these tools into what I call an emergency response dashboard. Think of it like a financial mission control center. Your AI forecasting tool monitors for potential emergencies, your smart splitting system maintains optimal cash positions, and your hybrid accounts ensure every dollar works as hard as possible until you need it. This isn't just theory. I've seen this system prevent complete financial devastation for families facing multiple simultaneous emergencies. Let's transform this knowledge into action. I've developed a precise implementation timeline that's helped hundreds of my clients build their modern safety net in just 90 days. Start with what I call a financial fire drill. Take every emergency you faced in the past 5 years and map out exactly how you handled it. For each one, document 3 things: how much it really cost, how you paid for it, and what you wish you'd done differently. This becomes your personal emergency blueprint. Next, we're going to run the numbers through my emergency gap calculator. Take your monthly essential expenses, we're talking bare survival mode here, and multiply it by 1.5. That's your new monthly emergency target. Most people are shocked to discover their true number is 50% higher than they estimated. Week 2 is all about building your emergency response dashboard. Start by linking your existing accounts to your chosen AI forecasting platform. Then, create your designated account structure. Remember those 4 layers we discussed? You'll need separate accounts for each one. This is where most people get overwhelmed and stop. Don't. Just focus on setting up 1 account per day. During weeks 3 and 4, we're implementing what I call the cascade strategy. Start moving your existing emergency fund into these new structures. But, and this is crucial, do it in reverse order. Begin with your extended coverage network and work backward to your rapid response fund. This ensures you maintain access to critical funds during the transition. Months 2 and 3 are about optimization and automation. Set up your automatic transfers based on your paycheck schedule. I recommend what I call the 1-5-5-3-2 split. 15% to your core defense fund, 5% to your rapid response fund, 3% to your sustainability shield, and 2% to your extended coverage network. The final piece is creating your emergency activation protocols. These are your predefined responses to specific types of emergencies. Think of them like a pilot's emergency checklist. Which layer do you tap first? What's your sequence of actions? When do you move to the next layer? Document these protocols and store them where every member of your household can access them instantly. Remember, this isn't a set-it-and-forget-it system. Schedule quarterly reviews to adjust your numbers and update your protocols. Your financial defense system should evolve as your life does. Now that you've got your implementation plan, let me share the devastating mistakes I've watched even savvy professionals make with their modern emergency funds. These aren't just theoretical problems. They're financial traps I've had to help real clients escape. The deadliest mistake? Treating your emergency layers like a revolving door. I had a client who kept borrowing from his rapid response fund for temporary expenses, promising to replace it next paycheck. When his transmission failed, that empty first layer forced him straight into credit card debt. The solution is setting up what I call financial firewalls. Strict rules that require two-person authorization for any withdrawal from your core defense fund or higher layers. Let's talk about the optimization obsession. Too many people get caught up chasing higher yields with their emergency money, shifting funds into increasingly risky positions. I've developed a simple rule. Your risk level should decrease with each layer. Your rapid response fund stays in high-yield checking, period. No exceptions, no matter how attractive that new investment opportunity looks. Watch out for what I call coverage overlap syndrome. Many people double pay for protections they already have. Before adding any new insurance or emergency coverage, map out your existing benefits. Create a protection matrix, a simple spreadsheet showing what each policy, account, and resource actually covers. You'd be shocked how much money this saves. I've created a complete modern emergency fund implementation kit that gives you everything we've discussed today, plus additional resources you won't find anywhere else. Inside, you'll find my emergency gap calculator spreadsheet, protection matrix template, and detailed financial firewall protocols, the exact tools my private clients use. Download it now using the link in the description. Right now, open your banking app. Take one small action. Create that first dedicated account for your rapid response fund. While you're feeling motivated, share your emergency fund target number in the comments below. Our community of forward-thinking professionals helps each other stay accountable. Remember, every day you wait is another day your finances remain vulnerable to modern emergencies. Join our private Discord channel, where we're building a collective knowledge base of real emergency scenarios and solutions. Together, we're redefining financial security for 2024 and beyond. The time to act is now.